Jim Abbott. You know what Jim Abbott is?
Sure.
Okay. Some people won't, but here it goes. Jim Abbott wanted his whole life to be a professional baseball player, a dream shared by many American boys. Jim wanted to be a pitcher in the major leagues. He succeeded and played for many teams, chalking up a mixed record of wins and losses. But on September 4th, 1993, while playing for the storied
I don't remember.
New York Yankees. Dude.
I thought it was the Mets.
No.
I'm not a big
He pitched a
baseball fan.
no-hitter. That's when no batter gets a hit in the entire game. There have been about 320 no-hitters in Major League history out of 220,000 games played. Due to a congenital birth defect, Jim Abbott was born without a right hand. Is Jim Abbott disabled? Is he? He pitched a fucking no-hitter for the New York Yankees. What I'm saying is, obviously not everyone who has a disability will achieve this way.
Yes.
I don't want to, don't get me wrong here, but what I want to say is, look at what people would have told, and I have 6 other examples here, one right after another, what people would have told them coming up. And Temple Grandin among them. Probably the most famous autistic person there ever was. She's professor of farming at, was it the University of Colorado, somewhere in the West, where because she sees the world the way animals do, she could advise farmers in ways they can handle and herd cows that does not create stress in them. She figures stuff out. She has research papers.
Yes.
But you're going to say, oh, she's not the life of the party? Get her out of here? What are we doing?
Can I give you an example, a personal example?
What the hell? And so I was angry writing that chapter. I was angry. One more. I got to go.
Okay.
Let me keep, okay.
Let me give you a personal example. My jiu-jitsu instructor,
yes,
Jean-Jacques Machado,
yes,
was born with, on his left hand, he only has a thumb. He is a genetic defect where he has no fingers on his left hand.
Call it a genetic feature.
A genetic feature. Well,
see, you're value judging.
It is a feature because he's a multiple-time world champion.
There it is.
Because of the fact that he was born with this one hand that didn't have fingers, he developed a style of jiu-jitsu that enabled him. You see his hand there? He's one of the absolute best that's ever done it. And he developed a style of jiu-jitsu where he utilizes that left hand to get under chins because it's not encumbered by the
fingers aren't in the way.
Fingers. And he slides it in there and sinks rear naked chokes on people. And he also developed a style that didn't rely on grips, on he developed a style that's overhooks and underhooks, which became modern no-gi jiu-jitsu, which is incorporated in mixed martial arts because in mixed martial arts they don't wear the kimono.
And people who have fingers probably would have never even thought to think that way.
And people who saw Jean-Jacques Machado as a child said, oh, this poor child, he will never reach his full potential, and turned out to be one of the greatest ever.
Got one here. So Oliver Sacks was a noted neurologist, pioneering entire subfields within his profession. He was also a best-selling author, describing the human brain as the most incredible thing in the universe. He led a remarkably varied life while suffering from a neurological affliction called Prosopagnosia, more commonly known as face blindness. This condition contributed to his severe shyness since he couldn't recognize faces even if he recognized everything else about you. At times, he would not even recognize his own face in the mirror.
Whoa.
And he's shy because if he's interested in a...
How does that work?
If he has a love interest, he doesn't know the next time he sees that person whether that was who he had the conversation with. Okay? In 2012, after a lecture on hallucination at Cooper Union College in New York City, I asked him, if you could go back in time, would you take a magic pill in your youth to cure your neurological disorder? Without hesitation, he replied, no. His entire professional interest in the human mind was inspired by the very disorders in his own brain. He wouldn't have it any other way.
How does that work? where they can't see faces, but they can read?
No, you can see faces. They just don't recognize them. It doesn't land in any place that you recognize. Every face, even if you've seen it before, is like a brand new face.
Wow.
So he'd have to recognize your voice, your vocabulary, your
movements.
accents, and your body gestures, this sort of thing.
Wow.
So,
doesn't Brad Pitt supposedly have that?
That I don't know. I don't know.
Doesn't
Brad Pitt. Prosopagnosia. Yeah, I
see if that's true. I felt like he said he has some form of that.
Is that what he told one girlfriend when he saw the next one? Is that what you're saying?